3 points here will put them in a very good seed, depending on the scores of Shandong and Gyeongnam. A draw wouldn't be so bad, but they'll leave it to the last day. But Kashima is here to take 3 points. On the other hand, JDT has put out a very strong side, much more stronger side than they put out against Shandong Luneng.
Although Shafiq Ahmed comes in as the enforced replacement for Diogo, as I said, suspended. But again, an opportunity for Shafiq and Nazmi Faiz Mansour just to pit their skills against some of the best in Asia. The AFC Champions League, it's enjoyed its visits to Johor, or Johor have enjoyed its visits. They'll be hoping that they can make it again next season. But for now, they've got to complete their fixtures, starting with this home match against Kashima Antlers. This is the AFC Champions League. Kashima in white taking on Johor. Match officials from Iraq and Bahrain, again highly experienced players, as is Haris Harun, who's certainly not looked out of place in this AFC Champions League campaign. And Johor will welcome back Mauricio after suspension for the last match, a 1-0 defeat here at home to Shandong Luneng. Safai Rashid will also get a start, and he'll be hoping to add to his 1 goal, a brilliant goal that he scored up in Shandong. Robert Corbinong, big physical presence for Johor. Very people talk about the defensive contribution that Corbinong has made to Darul Ta'zim. As one of the ball boys looks up in awe at Big Levert. But some players to look forward to and really admire, the likes of Endo, we've mentioned, Machida, the big defender, and Leo Silva in the heart of midfield as well. How are you expecting this one to go, Stan? Johor to compete and go for a victory?
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one because Johor likes to dominate the game, as well as Kashima Antlers. With Leo Silva, Serginho, Endo right in the middle of the park, you expect this side to be dominated.
Benjamin Mora's side has got Shafiq Ahmed, the number 28, playing up front. Adil Zafwan alongside Mauricio in defence. Afiq Fazel continues his education in the heart of midfield. Eskunalan returns at right back with Lever Corbinong keeping his regular place at left back with Haris Harun in the heart of midfield. The ultras will be here. The crowd will turn up to see if Johor can, I don't know, somehow perform the equivalent of a footballing miracle. They are possible. I won't mention it, but they are possible. We've seen it in the last 24 hours.
Well, I think the key here will be Haris Harun again, who, as you just mentioned, has been at home at this Champions League level. Tonight, he's going to play against a side who is very, very serious about getting points on the board to qualify, to book their spot to the knockout stages in Kashima Antlers. The middle of the park will be absolutely crucial. Can he get the better of Leo Silva, Haris Harun?
Johor anthem sung, players registering their approval. As for Kashima Antlers, Kun Sunte's reliable last line of defence. Nagaki sometimes plays a right back, will probably revert to a central midfield position alongside Leo Silva today. Sho Ito will support Serginho up front. Serginho's got himself 4 AFC Champions League goals. The youngster Hiroki Aba and the veteran Yasushi Endo will provide the width for the visitors. On the bench for Kashima, should they require it, Sogahata, 39 years of age and still going strong. He's still the reserve keeper at Kashima Antlers. And Shoma Doi, if things are going wrong, he's turned into a really fine forward and well capable of hitting the back of the net. Benjamin Mora is the official man in charge. He's the licensed man, but gets plenty of support from Luciano Figueroa on the Johor bench. And for Kashima Antlers, Go Oia is undoubtedly the star man, until recently a player. Took his licenses early and has quickly progressed into a very fine coach. But he's having a difficult season this year, 3rd last year, but he's chopped and changed the side quite a bit this season, and still not secure of a place in the knockout phases of the AFC Champions League, but nonetheless plenty expected of Kashima Antlers. Mohamed Sarri from Iraq is the man in charge, with Watek and Naitam, all from Iraq, as the assistant referees. The 4th official, Ismail Habib Ali from Bahrain. We are underway. Kashima in the white. Victory guarantees them a place in the round of 16. Johor, anything other than a victory for them means elimination in this first effort at the top table of Asian club football. The width provided by Koki Anzai and an early corner. And there is an aerial presence. Koki Machida will come forward from centre-back. Leo Silva will provide a physical presence in the penalty area, as will Sho Ito, who's a tall, angular striker. Isam Tomizi, not the tallest of goalkeepers. 6 in the penalty area. Doesn't beat the front man. And Shafiq can look to bring it out. Finds Nazmi. Nazmi can't lose possession there and doesn't. Adil. Gonzalo Cabrera from the AFC Champions League side. He was one of the ones who missed out last time. Came on as a second half substitute. Wow, Mauricio was hanging very, very deep. And Sho Ito was nearly able to get forward. Ito not the quickest though. Isam Tomizi getting the nod in goal. Free kick conceded by Anzai. Safari Rashid, who's really boosted his reputation, Stan, in this AFC Champions League.
Well, as much as you praise Haris Harun being at home at this level, Safawi, at times in phases where he needs to improve, yes, but largely he's been at home as well. Just a learning curve as well for him in his first season at this very elite level.
Adil looks to leave it for Kunalan. It's a strange atmosphere at the Larkin today. It's by no means a full house, but Safawi is through, cuts onto his right foot, wins a corner kick for Johor. But an early goal, and that can really boost the confidence of the players. Yeah, there's no Diogo up front. That means they might get a little bit more mobility from Shafiq. Here's Cabrera, launches it in. Goalkeeper Sunte punches clear. Kunalan wins it, but illegally so. And that is a free kick, and a good free kick one.
Well, taken really early. So it's Gonzalo Cabrera. Again, I think it's a really good cross. You need a man at that near post to try and have a situation where he can actually be ahead to anticipate if a cross comes near post. As you saw, that ball was put in. No one at that near post area.
Sho Ito the target. Allowed to rise without any real pressure. Abe couldn't keep it alive. Nazmi switches it out to Cabrera. That's a decent ball. Cabrera's got Nagaki for company. Still Cabrera, likes to cut in onto his right. Safawi thought that he was eased off the ball. Sho, Serginho has made a great run inside. Mauricio attracting Sho Ito. Here's Mauricio. Nazmi fires, wanting it. Isam launches long. Stan and I have had heated discussions about Johor's attitude to the AFC Champions League. Stan is very much of the opinion it's a learning experience today. And for the likes of Shafiq Ahmed and Afiq Fazel, well, you can't buy this kind of experience in 1,000 hours on a training ground. That's your opinion, Stan.
Well, firstly, you got to qualify consistently. And I think that's why you saw a weaker side against Shandong Luneng. And I'm in agreement to that. As you saw at the weekend when Johor took on Pahang, it wasn't an easy game, it was a draw. Johor were down to 10 men as well. So that shows that they want to be at this level. But how do you get to this level? Is you qualify from winning the league consistently. And that's when you get your Afiq Fazals, you get your Safawi, you get your Akia Rashids playing at this level regularly.
Serginho does well. Lovely ball looking for Ito. It just came off the heel of Mauricio. Harris up to Shafiq. Lovely spin and turn from Shafiq away from Inukai. Johor, 1 draw, 1 defeat here. 1-1 against Yeongnam. 1-0 last time out against Shandong. 2-2 defeats on the road. But it was probably in the away game at Kashima that Johor really came of age after a really torrid first 15 minutes. They seem to realise, hey, we can compete at this level. Long ball over the top line, Shafiq Ahmed, who's just floated offside.
Well, I think that was a really good straight ball, only because there was a good space created here by Shafiq. Just moved a bit early into an offside position. Again, I think both sides are still feeding out each other. Kashima have been strong defensively. JDT will try and dominate this game, but it's going to be an interesting one, as I mentioned earlier. Both sides love to have the ball at their feet, love to dominate games.
Nizam changed his mind, was going to play it short, but it was being closed down. That'll break to Corbinong, Cabrera, Afiq, Harris. They've never once had a luxury of being in front in any of the AFC Champions League games. Johor Darul Ta'zim. Leo Silva, loose pass. Nazmi on it in a flash. Afiq ahead of him. Nazmi crosses. Clear by Machida. Nagaki asks too much of Ito.
And again, you see signs of how JDT go about trying to build up. And when they go on down the right-hand side, as you saw Nazmi earlier, again, it's a good cross. But tonight's question, can Shafiq Ahmad provide that threat in the absence of Diogo?
Benjamin Mora on the sidelines. That is to Shafiq. Inukai for company. And a handball against Shafiq. Safar Rashid saying, come on, he was being hauled down. Kunalan has to work against Abe. Abe gets the cross in. Mauricio can't get there. Into the box is Hirato. Hirato, left-footed, tamely wide. You could see what he was trying to do, just trying to create that space for what would have been his first goal.
Nice little work here to create that space. Hirato just partnering Leo Silva in just a 2 midfield, just ahead of the back 4. But I like Hiroki Abe. I think he's one of those players who've helped them in a couple of wins, especially last week against Shimizu. He got a goal as well, but it was his overall play. I'm not surprised that he's actually being one of those this season, being one of those who really have done well going forward. And you find Shoma Doi on the bench tonight, with the other star players not having the best of seasons.
Cabrera. Afiq thought of the shot. Safawi, little nudge in the back by Abe. I can tell you Shandong Luneng have equalised in their match against Gyeongnam. Again, just moves the ball ever so nicely and strong enough to protect from the challenge.
I think the key here is him being low centre of gravity, where he just puts his body in between, shows a bit of strength. That's what you need from a player of his size, of his physique. and he's learning that trait really well.
Cabrera and Safawi over the ball. Haris Harun, Lebert Kobinong, Afik and Mauricio all in the penalty area. Safawi goes for goal. Comfortable for Sunte. I was watching Sunte in the warm-up. Wonderful goalkeeper, great technique. Didn't drop anything as Serginho was beaten by Kunalan. Izam tentatively clears. Mauricio, Nazmi. Kobinong. Free kick against Leo Silva. I like the start Johor have made here, Stam.
Yeah, very positive again from Corbin, one of the most consistent players in these JDT colours. And that's what you need to do at this level. At times when you're running out of options, you got to protect the ball. Let the defender decide what he wants to do. Is he just going to block you? Is he going to go into a challenge? Leo Silva just getting across, but then well protected by Corbin to earn the foul.
Another free kick opportunity. Again, Cabrera is over there. Safawi this time stays in the penalty area. Cabrera whips it in. Shafiq! That's a chance for Shafiq Ahmed.
Well, whipped in with a lot of pace. In swinger. I must say that
Nagaki it was who just got in there.
Yeah. Big touch. Oof. Huge touch because he's gone across. He's blocked Shafiq Ahmed.
First corner. Sunte, good clean catch under immense pressure from Mauricio. That's top drawer goalkeeping from the Korean. Mauricio at the other end. Shows he's dominant. Johor did well without Mauricio in the last game against Shandong, but they did miss him. Nazmi behind Cabrera. Extravagant slide to keep it alive. Pitch showing one or two signs of wear and tear. Plenty of rain in the last month or so here in Malaysia, as Mauricio has Kunalan available. Kunalan, a former winger. Thought he was eased off the ball by Anzai. Abe. Serginho. Serginho, lovely ball into space. Nagaki. Time and space to get the shot away. And Leo Silva. Fabulous save, not clear yet. Still not clear. Serginho. Izam did well. Johor did well, but that was a big chance for Serginho and Leo Silva.
Well, that's just pure quality shown by Kashima on the break. It all started from Serginho's through ball towards Nagaki, and I thought Leo Silva did prepare himself really well on the first try. What matched it was Izam Tarmizi's anticipation, but then on the return, Serginho then sets it up on his left. Not really sure how he got that miscued. Maybe just not knowing where he was on goal side.
Looked like there was a deflection on the replay. And certainly Serginho thought that, but two decent chances for Kashima. Jump from Shafiq, but into Inukai. As an old centre forward, you'll be happy with that, Stan, that he's putting himself about. You're one of the ones who's asking questions about Shafiq, answering those questions at the moment. Oh, great touch. It was Endo who couldn't keep it alive, though, once he'd performed that lovely touch. His Nazmi. Nazmi has had a regular start in the AFC Champions League in that attacking midfield role, a creative role. Normally behind Diogo, today behind Shafiq Ahmad. Here's Harris. Corbinong felt that. And
again, he's protected himself really well. Just have a look what he's done is he's just stopped in his tracks, protect the ball, let the defender decide what he's going to do. Earns a foul. Very, very crucial. Little details at this level, but it does give you a lot of benefits.
Shafiq Ahmed got a header in from a similar situation last time. Nagaki this time clears from Safawi. And Shafiq chases again. Serginho there first, and Nazmi snapshot wide. Possessional stats, sorry Stan, in favour at the moment of Johor Darul Ta'zim, 70-30.
Well, a couple of crosses now, not handled really well by Kashima. Always tempting when the ball bounces in front of you. Nazmi on his weaker left, never got the contact he wanted. Bright little start, Nazmi running a little bit more than he did in the last game.
Harris. Nazmi under pressure. Harris helps him out. It was Hirato who was hassling. Corbinong, Cabrera thinks of taking on Nagaki. Corbinong safely back to Izan. He gets the nod in front of Faraz Al-Malias for this AFC Champions League game. On the bench is Hazik Nadzli, who's one of 3 internationals in the Johor, 3 international goalkeepers in the Johor squad. Foul again by Hirato. Maurizio. Adil. Just behind Lebert, Corbinong. Just switched on. We're in the fasting month in Malaysia, which means breakfast is 7:20 today. That impacts the crowd. It also has an impact on the players, Stan, if they are fasting. Are you aware of the Johor players are fasting, or are they allowed to break fast early on this special occasion in terms of sport?
I think it's an individual choice. Sometimes you've got a professional job, maybe you just got to replace the dates, but it's completely down to the individual. Anzai's cross, over his own crossbar. Oh, Afiq Fazail. Sorry, Adil Zafwan. Well, that's quality from Anzai, because he switches to his right, then it's immediately an in-swinger. And then it was very, very hard for Aidil, because he's not really sure, he's in 2 minds. He does whatever he can to take the touch off. So that could have ended up anywhere.
Big puff of the cheeks from Adil. Anzai to take the corner. There's some big men in the penalty area. Ito was one of them. Difficult ball for Harris to cope with from Afiq Fazail. Oh, that's dangerous. But it's safe enough. Hirato, Leo Silva, the Brazilian in midfield, hoists it wide, looks for Nagaki. But there Corbinong can calm things down. Shafiq comes short. Serginho chases. Adil. Belted as far away from danger as he can. That's a loose header from Majida. Nazmi Faiz. Might think of a shot. Nazmi fires. Closed down in the end by Machida. Afiq Fazail. Cabrera the target. Corbin in support. 2 ahead of him. Haris Harron's made a run. Looking for Harris. Serginho picks up the second ball. Safawi Rashid! Oh, took the shot early. And Gonzalo Cabrera is asking him now, why didn't you pass?
Yeah, I think it's a really, really poor decision by Safawi Rashid. Could have laid it off as soon as he made that little space. Here you go, just a little layoff to Gonzalo Cabrera. He's one-on-one. Goal at his feet. I think that was a poor decision on a man who's very confident, always looking how can he make space for his good left foot. But at times what you got to do at this level is got to have vision. You got to be able to see more than what you can do individually.
Sliding tackle coming in from Adil. Harris sweeps it out wide to Safawi. Anzai closes. Nazmi. Leo Silva. Now penalised Leo Silva. And he's right in front of the assistant referee and says, what did I do wrong?
Well, I just think he did not have enough of the ball.
Another free kick though for Johor, and they've shown they can pose a danger. The obvious targets are Corbin Maurizio, but Shafiq Ahmed is the man who's normally been targeted. Nazmi's cross. Adil it was who climbed at the far post. Nagaki can clear. Lovely take by Serginho. Safawi. Safawi keeps it in. Mazy dribble. And there's them blocked off. Anzai furious, and that might earn him a telling off at the very least. A, he thought the ball went out of play. B, he says it's not a foul. C, the referee disagrees on both.
Yeah, I think firstly it's top draw from Safawi. I don't know how he created that little space down the byline, but then Hiroki Abe had no choice but to let him go, because the only thing Hiroki Abe could have done is foul him. But then when he came on with Anzai, that little push and then turn of pace always leaves a defender into a situation, and I think it's a clear foul, as clear as it gets from Anzai.
It's the 5th free kick from this kind of position that Johor have had. This time Maurizio saying, bend it in, penalty spot, I'll head it in from there. Cabrera instead goes short to Nazmi. Touch takes him away. Dart into the penalty area. Nazmi runs the ball out of play for a goal kick.
Well, that's a big, big wasted opportunity. Because if you've not worked that in training ground, then you just got to put in the cross. Do your basics right. Then if you work that out in the training ground, if you've done a set piece, then by all means, clearly that's not been done in the training ground. Why would you try to do it on match day? And second, going to the set piece that you've just mentioned on the left, on the right, I think that's where the question mark lies. Are they a threat from these set pieces? Who's the one giving that physical threat?
Ito offside as the ball went in from Abe. Adil just stepped up at the right time. Free kick to Johor. Approaching the 25-minute mark. Clearly offside. Johor had the better of the game. 3 shots apiece. Just 1 on target. Better the game for Johor, better of the chances for the visitors, but Cabrera, he has a chance now. Gonzalo Cabrera goes down in the penalty area. Referee not interested. Harris. Nazmi on to Kunalan. Safawi a little bit lax, and there's a break on here. Safawi was there to cover his own mistake.
Yeah, again, Johor just forcing some errors, and you can see some half chances. Cabrera, Malaysian League level, probably gone through because so quick. Really got to give credit to Nagaki, who held himself really well, and credit to Cabrera. We've seen far too often modern day footballers going down, and Cabrera did everything he could to stay on his feet and to see where they had a chance, because he knew it wasn't a foul. That's what you got to do as a footballer, stay on your feet. It's not a foul.
Stanley Bernard Samuel, he's only just in his 30s and he doesn't regard himself as a modern day footballer. But the game is changing. Machida, through to Leo Silva. Long ball over the top from Leo. And Izam, misjudgment. Endo looks to pull it back. There's still a chance, and Izam Tarmizi atones for his earlier misjudgment.
Yeah, big misjudgment here, Izam. I think his positioning was right, but he just mishandled the ball clearly and then gets back into position. Irato was just trying to do the basics, put it on target. That wasn't good enough.
Kunalan. Again, they're trying to play the ball over the top of Kunalan. He's slightly short on that. Inukai's misplaced pass, but Leo Silva in first. Leo Silva drives forward. Kunalan steps in, given away once again. This time to Ito. Ito's left foot shot, handled by Izam Tarmizi.
Well, 27 going in 28 minutes. Show Ito's not seen enough of the ball. And that's what a striker got to do. Sometimes drop really deep, create your own space, try and have some shooting practice. That always gives you a bit of confidence. Sho Ito has not had a sniff at goal. And it's been a very lackluster start from Machida. He's given away the ball about 5 times now. He's playing on the left centre back. If I was Shafiq Ahmad, I'd probably try and stick towards where Machida is. I don't think he's had the brightest start. If you look back, he's given away 2-3 headers from free kicks, not the best of clearance. And then with his feet, he's given away the ball a couple of times as well.
This is Inukai, his partner. Machida launches long. Harris needs to be careful. Tarmizi right to the extremities of his penalty area. Adil, who's come as close as anyone to opening the scoring, just at the wrong end. Diving header over his own crossbar. Possessional stats still massively in favour of Johor, 70-30. Shafiq. Kunalan. Nazmi tries to be fancy, loses out to Abe. Serginho. Mauricio dives in, and Mauricio hurt himself there. And the break is on. Abe across. Oh, Adil Zapwan got back just in time to deny Endo, as he gets picked up at one end of the pitch. And Stan, talk us through this fast break.
Yeah, I think it was the wrong option here by Hiroki Abe, because what he should have done, he should have put the ball in front of Sho Ito. If you have a look, Sho Ito had all the space, but he opted to bend the ball. In great recovery here by Aidil, because he knew if he had picked the far side, he'll get in between both the strikers, and he did. Well done to Aidil, but I think Hiroki Abe could have played that ball to Sho Ito. Played shot, Sho Ito will be on true.
But the other end, Mauricio was hurt in the build-up to that breakaway. He was an injured absentee, and so Adil Zapwan was doing the work of 2 men. And you hope that that's just a kick in the ribs and nothing worse than that. Because he stayed down, and Mauricio's a tough lad. When he does come back, though, he won't be allowed to defend this corner as Diogo looks on from the touchline. Endo will curl this corner in. Both centre-backs up in the penalty area, along with Ito and Serginho and Leo Silva. There's an aerial threat which Johor have got to deal with, a man short. Endo's corner nearly gets to Leo Silva. Cabrera does just enough defensively, and Cabrera's got a break on here, 3-on-1. If he looks right, he's got Nazmi. Corbin on left. Corbin slows it down, looks for Cabrera, and Safai Rashid couldn't pick the pass. Now there's a potential break on the other way as Mauricio prepares to come back on. But exhilarating play from Gonzalo Cabrera. Nazmi, good strength against Leo Silva, and then Safawi feels the strength of the aforementioned man. Shandong Luneng 2, Gyeongnam 1. Marwan Fellaini, 87 minutes. You know what? If Shandong win both of their games and Johor win both of theirs, there's a chance. And if Cabrera keeps on this kind of a form and Johor can take one of these breakaways, Stan, there's a chance.
Absolutely. I mean, you look into this first quarter of this game, it's been all Johor. But my biggest worry right now is this has been the scenario in the past couple of games for Johor. Come back against Shandong Luneng at this very stadium. They took the game to Shandong. Shandong scored on a sucker punch, scored on the break. We saw some warnings from Kashima on the break. They've got quality. They're not dominating the game. Credit to Johor how they've taken this game. But they've got to be efficient when they get the chances.
Endo onto Nagaki, who does his running. Great running inside by Hirato. Nagaki available. Hirato finds him. Nagaki has got Endo. There's a lovely passer of the ball given time. Endo's made a run. Adil and Corbinong shadowing him. Endo into Nagaki. Shafiq working hard. Leo Silva. Anzai. Another loose pass once again by Machida. Kunalan and Arbe clash heads. Kunalan will get the second chance. Nizam just helps it forward. Mauricio. Endo again. Leo Silva. Lovely break from Leo Silva. Fine tackle by Adil Zafwan. Cabrera with the spin and turn. Shafiq makes the run. Harris available. Nazmi. Cabrera onto Afiq. 34 minutes of very nice football from Johor. Nazmi Faiz. Corbinong. Shafiq Ahmad in the penalty area. Cabrera outside. Harris might fancy a shot. Harris Harron.
Well, again, decent build-up play, taking their time. Little triangles, especially down the left-hand side, as you can see, before that created a little space for Haris Harun. I think Haris Harun made the decision to shoot very, very late. He wasn't single-minded. Probably was not his first option.
Hoisted forward. Harris. Flick on by Afik Fazale. Kunalan back to Izam has been a regular feature. Izam, this time growing in confidence. This is his third home game in the AFC Champions League. First one was a shock to the system as he was a late replacement for Faraz Al-Marlias. Today he knew before kick-off that he was playing. Maurizio. Anzai loses out to Safawi, who's looked sharp. Shafiq, Safawi inside of him. Shafiq shows a little bit of pace. He's got Cabrera available if they can get the ball to him. Nazmi, Safawi, not quite sure what he was trying to achieve there, and I don't think he was, which is half the problem.
Again, doing really well to force the error and then trying to do some combination play. It's that final bit now that they got to make it more efficient. They got to make it count.
Shafiq Ahmed again. Kashima playing a fairly rigid 4-4-2. Serginho sometimes drops in to help the midfield, and the two midfielders, wide midfielders, get forward to try to supply the crosses. But it's a discernible 4-4-2 as they play in the league. Nazmi Faiz, seeing a lot of the ball. It's Safawi. Afik, Safawi. Nice angle pass to Cabrera. Nazmi on the charge. Nazmi's cross nearly causes an embarrassment for Sante.
Well, two penetrative passes, first from Safawi, second from Gonzalo Cabrera. And that's sometimes what you need exactly to do. You got to have these 25 meters, 20 meters pass where you know exactly where the next movement's going to happen, and that was really good from Nazmi as well, because what he did was he prepared himself really early. I don't think he got the pen he wanted, but that put Sunte into a situation where he needed to make sure that he put that ball out.
Safari Rashid just getting a little bit of treatment, but not enough to take him off, and it's a corner for Johor. Cabrera takes. Drives in, comes to Afik Fazale, who hit that well, but straight at Leo. Safawi, Corbinong. Maurizio wins the header. He drops just too far ahead of Cabrera. Quick release from Sante, finds Ito. And they've got players in support if Leo Silva can look up for Arbe, but he's clipped by Nazmi.
Again, whenever the ball is launched into a box, especially it's a high ball, I'm looking at where's the potential threat at the moment. Johor Darul Ta'zim has taken the game to Kashima. They've done everything well. They've even got into the attacking third, created a lot of space for crosses, created a lot of plays for combination play, but still no real threat.
Full time, Shandong Luneng have beaten Gyeongnam by 2-1. So Shandong are guaranteed a place in the knockout phase. 11 points from 5 games. Gyeongnam 5 from 5. As it stands, Kashima have 8. Johor 2. Good challenge by Cabrera. Oh, that's loose. Endo, quick release. Ito over the top.
Yeah, I think it was a loose pass here from Safawi. Lost his concentration. And Sho Ito, I think he got a proper contact here. And then it must be Idol just putting so much pressure on him. Idol did not get a touch. It was Sho Ito who felt the pressure, took it early, but had a full contact with it. Has to go down as a miss, a proper miss here from Sho Ito.
A near self-inflicted wound for Johor. But they're still in there. High into the Johor sky. Endo much prefers it on the floor. Is Harris. Neat and tidy and straightforward. Cabrera. Energetic and theatrical as he's walloped from behind by Nagaki.
Well, that's been Johor's best player by a mile this season. I know Safawi is pushing him on that sense. Diego is as well in that same category, but Gonzalo Cabrera has to be ahead of the pack. It's been outstanding, that turn of pace that he has. Oh, he just beats, weaves in, weaves out. Biggest threat tonight, if Johor to get a goal, that's got to be your man.
Shafiq Rahim. Shafiq Ahmad. Onto Shafiq again. Kunalan. Adil. Gobinong. Cabrera. Inside to Nazmi. Inukai tracks him. Gobinong's cross. Cabrera's header. Very difficult skill from there. Nonetheless, good fluent play from Johor Darul Ta'zim.
Yeah, again, the fluidity of play is good. Combinations are good. I like how penetrative they have been. We've seen sometimes Johor knock the ball a bit too much to the left, to right. A lot of parallel balls, a lot of backward balls. Today has been lots of positive, penetrative passes whenever possible. That's that final bit again. This time, at least Corbin did pick out the right guy. Tough skill, tough ball. But you want to give it to Cabrera.
Abe. Endo, 3 in the penalty area. Endo's cross behind the ball. Mauricio flings himself headlong. Safawi. Shafiq loses out and the hard-working Hirato mops up. Leo Silva. Abe looking to cut inside. Anzai outside of him. Good pressing from Harris, and Adil looks for and finds Cabrera, who again just accelerates away but can't get away from Endo. Hirato and Endo again. Good running by Ito. Mauricio kept him onside. Ito looks for Serginho. And Kunalan is able to come away. Nazmi was looking for the pass, protects the ball from Abe, carries on running. Eventually, too many white shirts. Serginho. Ito, lovely run. That's better from Izam, but the clearance is a little bit scuffed.
Straight at Haris Harun.
Luckily.
Intended target. Again, I think the biggest problem here is on the break. They're finding a bit of difficulty to find Shafiq Ahmad. Just saw that little look up. Kunalan, Safawi was making a run, trying to stretch Anzai, and he was looking at Shafiq to create that little space. Shafiq makes that space a bit too late. That chance is gone. They're so used to how Diego's movement is, because you do know Diego do play along those lines really well. Moves in right, moves in left, combines, brings the other players into play. Different player, Shafiq Ahmad, so the players behind him got to adjust to him as well.
Afiq Fazel, Cabrera out to his left, as is Corbinong. Shafiq and Cabrera in the penalty area. Afiq again. Approaching half-time, Harris. Yeah, wonderful time to score. Just 1 minute to add, though, at the end of this first half. Time it's Afik who loses out. Ito's made a run. Serginho looks for Ito, and Endo at the far post. Couldn't stretch. Nagaki available. Nagaki to Leo Silva. And Leo Silva. Abe. Well held his hand. And he needed to hold on because Sho Ito was ready to mop up.
Well, again on the break, Leo Silva sees an early pass. That first pass kind of breaks and stretches Joe defend before Hiroki Abe had the final pot at goal. Again, just trying to get it on target. That's what I've seen from Kashima. And it's been comfortable for Izam.
Free kick, the last action of the first half, has been goalless. The best chances, though, have fallen to the visitors from Kashima Antlers. Shafiq Ahmad has worked hard up front for Malaysia's Johor Darul Ta'zim. Serginho not had many chances, but Leo Silva has been prompting from midfield. Sho Ito firing the best chance over the bar. Silva having one chance saved by Izam Tarmizi. Interesting, Gonzalo Cabrera, the best hope for the Malaysian champion Johor Darul Ta'zim, but at half-time in this AFC Champions League group clash, it is Johor Darul Kashima Antlers in the second half. 0-0 it is at half-time. Safari Rashid and Shafiq Ahmad leading the line for Johor. A victory here keeps their faint chances of qualification in this their first year representing Johor in the AFC, representing Malaysia in the AFC Champions League, keeps them alive. No changes at half-time. Second half underway as the there Corbin Ong knocks it forward, and Shafiq trying to get the better of Tomoya Inukai. Former Malaysia international Stanley Bernard Samuel alongside me in the commentary box. And Stan, your impressions on Johor's performance? I want to focus on Johor because if they lose tonight or don't win tonight, they're eliminated.
Yeah, it would be a good point for Kashima, knowing that Gyeongnam has lost that game, which means they'll have a 3 points game, even 3 points gap, even if they draw here. So it's a big point as long as they don't lose. On Johor's side, I just think Benjamin Mora, Luciano Figueroa must have fixed.
Ito, sorry, I'll cut across because Anzai puts in the cross. Ito couldn't get there. Shepherded by Maurizio. This is Leo Silva, the Brazilian central midfielder. Onto the hard-working Taiki Hirato. Abe. Outside of him is Anzai. 4 in the penalty area. Anzai was hurt. Abe's cross dealt with by Corbin Ong. And it nearly hit Abe. Safai Rashid can race forward. Cabrera's making a great run down the left-hand side. Shafiq Ahmad goes around Machida. And Shafiq side netting. Thrilling fast break from Johor Darul Ta'zim.
Well, super confidence here. A turn of pace, dragging Machida into an uncomfortable position. But then Machida does a lot to cover the ground and then uses his physicality to just get enough on Shafiq before the angle becomes too acute. Just coming back to what I was saying earlier, I think Mora and Luciano must have tried to fix that final pass, the final movement. How can they give Kashima a real threat? Again, just go back to that first 45 minutes. Absolute domination in terms of possession. But if you look at the big chances, again, Kashima has had a sniff of getting a goal or even two. And you look at Johor, they've got into great spaces, good combination play. On the transition, they've been great. Whenever they've lost possession, they've forced errors to get into position, get into possession again. But have they been real threat? Have they really created genuine chances? They have not. So that's what they've got to do in the second 45 minutes. As you mentioned, big second half. A win here will give them a chance on the last day. Very slim, but a chance.
You got to believe in this game. You got to believe. Ito, who missed one of those good chances in the first half, finds Nagaki. Strength from Hirato. Spins away from Afik Fazel. Hirato. That's good defensive work from Safai Rashid. We know about him going forward. Defensively, he's tracked his man well there. Let's focus on to Kashima Antlers, and I don't want you to name drop, so I'll tell. You were speaking to Zico at half-time, and he was telling you a little bit about Kashima's plans for this year.
Yeah, indeed. I think what I got out of him in a quick chat is mentioning about them trying to rebuild after losing quite a number of players in the last 2 years. And this year, they've made do with a decent side.
Break off as that's played in by Nagaki to Ito. Nearly making do with the goal there.
Well, much better second half start here from Kashima. They've been more offensive. Nagaki getting forward as well. And Sho Ito, again, he gets into these right spaces. His movement is good.
Oh, Cabrera just off the screen there. I hope we've got a replay of that. There was a lovely touch and a little nutmeg from Gonzalo Cabrera. Well, have a look at this, Stan. Whip. There we go.
Well, he's just seen Nagaki run back 65 meters. And that's what good players can do to you. Just knowing that you're in your recovery mode after making those runs.
Again, playing it into Nagaki. Great point, well made. Kobinong. Nagaki blowing just a little bit. Harris. Onto feet. Sorry, Nazmi. Safawi. Takes on Anzai. Likes to cut inside. Safawi. Could have made the run. Anzai recovered. Ito. Mauricio for company.
Well, again, Safawi at his best when he does go at a certain pace, keeps his low center of gravity, keeps his options open in the terms of going right, going left. Always difficult for defenders because he's got good strength, he's got good burst, but he's got to do that more consistent. And the next step is to know exactly what he's going to do next. And on that occasion, he was trying to play a ball through to Kunalan. Not a bad idea if you don't have defenders, but well defended on that occasion by Kashima Antlers.
Machida's long ball. It's over Ito. Leo Silva. Cool, calm and collected in midfield. Endo. Nagaki. Harried by Cabrera, who's been outstanding. Launched forward. Endo once again. Serginho, the Brazilian's got Leo Silva ahead of him. Izam quickly off his line. Mauricio was closing down the space anyway. And Izam looks for the long ball for Safawi to chase. Well dealt with in the end by Machida. Let me give you the lineups. Sunte in goal for Kashima Antlers. Nagaki, Inukai, Machida and Anzai along the back. As a flag is up for offside against Endo. Free kick for Johor. Endo, Hirato, Leo Silva and Hiroki Abe across midfield with Sho Ito and Serginho up front. Just offside, but fair enough goal. As for Johor Darul Ta'zim, Izam Tarmizi about to take this free kick in goal. A back four from right to left of Kunalan, Mauricio, Adil and Kobinong. Haris Haran, the Singaporean, and Nafiq Fazal in midfield. Cabrera and Safawi wide. Shafiq Ahmad up front with Nazmi Faiz Mansour in the number 10 role. O'Lear was a fine centre-back in his day. Now got his coaching as Safiq Ahmed nearly ripping the shorts there off Koki Machida. Actually, Inukai it was. The great thing Johor have done in this AFC Champions League, Stan, they've not been humiliated. Much better than that, they've competed genuinely.
Well, today they've been a better side. Better chances have fallen to Kashima. But sometimes you got to look at the process and the journey of the game as well. We've stuck to a philosophy for a long time now. and it seems to be working. What they want to do is consistently play at this level.
Eskunala tries to slide it inside, easy for Machida. Ito. Slow to press was Safawi. Anzai's got time to turn and whack that upfield. Adil, good header to Kunalan. Crowd has grown a little bit since kick-off, but it is the fasting month, so families have got other things to do. Hopefully you're enjoying it on Fox Sports, the home of the AFC Champions League. We'll be with you right the way through to the final in November. This is round 5, match day 5 of the group stages. Shafiq Ahmad comes short. Oh, Harris was available and he went for the glory pass to Safawi. Arbe can pick it up. Arbe again. Little burst of pace from Arbe. Looks for Serginho, might break to Ito. Neither accrues.
Well, great play firstly by Hiroki Abe to create a little space. That 1-2 just broke 3 midfielders, including Haris Harun. But then you got to see the recovery of Aidil. Massive. These are little things that win or make you lose matches. He just springs into a position where he takes a gamble, but he gets a massive touch, but that ball is going through. That's one-on-one.
Safawi clobbered by Koki Machida. Shandong 2, Gyeongnam 1 earlier on. Maurizio onto Afik Fazel, who's relished these big AFC nights. Oh, down on the touchline, the Kashima coach, Go Oya, his arms aloft, looking very frustrated. The side hasn't really got into a rhythm that we expected them to.
Yeah, I think they've been really struggling. I know Koki and Zai, we did make a few statements yesterday. Firstly about the weather. Second, did speak about the pitch, which I think is in good condition. Yes, it's been used quite a bit in this monsoon season. It's still in a very good condition as you've seen the fluidity of the game. I think they've struggled with Johor in terms of how they want to play their football. They've not been allowed to credit to Johor. But again, football is about scoring goals. And the best chances still come to Kashima Antlers.
No goals so far though. Izam, little 9-iron up to Shafiq Ahmad, who got a good call from Cabrera. Shafiq again. Afik. Nazmi. Oh, Afik's given it away. Leo Silva has got Serginho to his left. Leo Silva looks to Ito, wrong option. And they get away with that. And Afik Fazel, whose pass caused the problems, is there to rescue it.
Well, most times the reverse pass catches the defender by surprise. Not on this occasion, because what Johor has done really well is they're tracking back in numbers and tracking back in good positions. Now, a couple of times, firstly Aidil, now you see Afik Fazel dropping in that position as a number 6. That's good defending.
Anzai with some good defending for Kashima. Silva. Serginho. Hasn't really been in the game, Serginho. Leo Silva stretches. Thanks for that pass. Hirato. Bit of pressing from Cabrera. Unakai quickly releases. Nagaki. 2 in the penalty area, if he can play it quickly. Endo makes the move. Lovely run from Endo. But didn't take advantage of the space he had. Hirato. Endo. Against Lebert Corbinon. Silva. Hirato. Anzai out wide, Anzai's cross deflected by Kunalan. Nearly.
Well, much better performance from Kashima. Again, much more offensive than they did in the first half. You can see Leo Silva, one of those driving them. He's been more in an advanced position compared to the first half. Hirato has been told probably to sit deeper. But you must have seen Go Oiwa's reaction when Endo did not realize that he had so much space to actually look forward, put in a cross. Could have taken a lot of time to pick out his cross, but he just didn't have the awareness.
Good noise coming from the 2,000 or so ultras away to the goal behind Kun Sun Tae. Well, there was until I said there was. Here's Nagaki. Again, there was space. Serginho. Nagaki. Kunalan makes the challenge and Abe slips just at an inopportune time. Kunalan runs into a white wall. It breaks to Endo. Endo's got Ito onside. Ito. Well, Izam went with his feet and gets lucky. Another chance though for Kashima Antlers.
Well, you just got to do whatever it takes on that situation. Ito does well. I think he's offside. And then Izam Taramizi, credit to him, because what he did was, he think he was going to be quicker with his feet, had a massive touch, just rebounded Sho Ito, who's let that chance go because the linesman has allowed that. He's seen it otherwise, clear offside.
After he put over the bar. Maurizio Harris, who again has barely misplaced the pass today, Harris Harron. Corbinong. Inukai loses out to Cabrera. An injection of pace, Safik Fazel. Safawi. Buzz of excitement to Safawi, runs at Azai. Safawi. Keeps it on his left foot. Afik with Kunalan outside. Kunalan 3 in the penalty area. The cross off Safawi.
Well, again, if you look at the process of how JDT has gone or got into an attacking third, it's been really good. That's been the team. Them dominating, then building up play, patience at times, penetrative at times. But what's been the problem? It's what happens after getting there. It's been a bit disappointing, as you saw. Kunalan's cross just hits the head of Safawi. You've got 3 players in the box waiting for a good cross.
Sunte's long ball. Corbinong. Endo. Another slide from Adil. He does put his body on the line. He's going to be hobbling a lot when he's 50.
Well, he doesn't look too good. He's just signaled the bench. He's feeling his hamstring. He's just told the bench there will be a change that will be done.
This is Adil Zafwan. Adam Norazlin has been ushered from behind the goal to one end. Adam Norazlin will be coming into the fray soon. But Adil does find himself in body stretching situations regularly.
Well, firstly, he was never a centre-back. He's converted. For many of you who don't know him, at 13 years old he was a striker. Then converted into a right-back, and then converted into a centre-back. He's done a career, a very good career out of the centre-back.
Endo. Sweet touch onto Serginho. Cabrera, who works hard both ways. Really good signing, Gonzalo Cabrera. And Nazmi onto Adil. Afiq. Nazmi, who's arguably having his best game in the AFC Champions League. Safawi, foul by Anzai. Just think of the education for the Malaysian lads. This is the first time they played at this level for Afiq Fazail and for Safawi and even Shafiq Ahmad up front.
Adam Norazlin, who's coming on as well. Yeah, it's massive. And again, I go back to fundamentals. You've got to use this experience for the next year's competitions, but you've got to get there first. So absolutely crucial if they try and win the league, get into Champions League next season, and then they'll probably be measuring themselves better because they've already had their first taste of action at this elite level.
You always have to make your point, don't you? Adam Norazlin comes on. Adil Zafon. One goal-saving clearance in the first half. And one diving header that just scooped over his own crossbar. Adam Norazlin comes straight in. Again, he's another who's converted to centre-back. Adil getting some treatment on a hamstring. Corbinong gets the cross wrong. He wants the foul. He thinks he was just shoved over by Nagaki.
Well, there was a slight pull, not enough to go down.
So the neutral, the game needs a goal. It's a little spark. Corbinong again. He's had an outstanding game, outstanding AFC Champions League, Lebert Corbinong. Harris. Safawi. Safai Rashid on his weaker right foot. Worth a go.
I think that's where his next advancement or improvement has to come from. I think when he gets into this situation, he's always thinking what he can do individually. What is his assets, and obviously one of his key. Why is he such a good player? Is he can shoot from distance, he's got great technical ability. But what he needs maybe to improve in his next phase of career is how can he get the next pass, how can he get another player involved and then get himself into a better position.
Adam Norazlin dealt with Serginho. Here's Harris. Safiq's made a run. Not seen. Maybe not trusted. Adam Norazlin. Outside. Heads it out for a Johor throw-in. For Nazmi, Cabrera, Shafiq Ahmad, scooped clear by Tamoya Inakai. The scenario for Johor going through to the knockout stages, they must win here. If they win here, then they will have a better head-to-head against the Japanese side. So if they win and Kashima lose in Shandong and Johor win also in Gyeongnam, then Johor can go through. Here's Harris. Nazmi. Wanted to scoop it up. No room to. Corbinong. Harris Harron, two in the penalty area. Oh, it's behind both and Leo Silva takes control. Shafiq near post. Cabrera didn't attack the penalty spot, which is where the ball came back to.
Oh, that was just top draw of how Harris Harron made that run, and it was seen, but I like what Leo Silva did. He's just gone out from the centre-back role. He's communicated well with Inokai, and then how crucial is he to pick up that area, that spot, because he was just making a back three. And then he realizes he needs to get out, communication is done, and then he is in that position when the back pass is done. Brilliant from Leo Silva.
Nazmi, but into the final quarter of the game, Shafiq Ahmad. Still Shafiq. Shafiq Ahmad! What a goal! What a moment for Johor!
Absolute top draw. Absolute top draw here from Shafiq Ahmad. Because what he does really well here is firstly, he's seen that little gap between Inukai and Nagaki, and then he changes his pace. There you go. No chance for Nagaki. Any touch, that's a foul. And then the quality to keep it low, bend it around Suntae. Absolutely brilliant. Top draw, top striker's goal.
Do you believe? Do you believe? Shafiq Ahmad. Johor have the lead and 21 minutes to play. There'll be an instant response from Kashima. A couple of players have been called away from warming up. See Oia trying his very best just to urge his team back into the fray. And it is Shomadoi, international, who's preparing to come on. Been following this fella since his youth days. Terrific player. He's a star of several of the AFC underage competitions that we showed to you on Fox Sports. Inukai couldn't keep that in. And the J-League boys are forced to make a change. Shomadoi on for Taiki Hirato. It's an attacking move.
Well, it started the weekend for a 3-0 win against Shimizu. Had a good outing, not had the best of season so far. Well, he could start his season here. Top player.
Cabrera. Well, maybe Shafiq Ahmad has been watching Diogo. That was a very Diogo-like finish. Cabrera. How they'd love a second. Gonzalo Cabrera. Safawi available. Cabrera maybe tries to do too much, does do too much. Arbe comes away with it. And there's a break on here. Serginho's made a great run. Serginho couldn't find Endo. He stopped his run.
Again, what's been really impressive, if you look at how Corbin has just tracked back to make sure that pass is made towards Endo, he's ahead of that pass. And that's been the theme as well for Johor. Whenever they've lost possession on the transition from attack to defense, they've worked cohesively, collectively.
8 shots apiece, 60-40 possession in favour of Johor. Most importantly, they lead by that goal to nil. Anzai under pressure from Safawi, who have the pace but not the touch. Here's the goal once again, Stan. Talk us through it.
Well, firstly, I think he just sees that little gap in between Inukai and Nagaki. And when he does that, he pushes the ball, maybe in a 5-meter distance, and then he speeds. There you go, a little turn of pace. And then the composure. You got to talk about the composure because it's low and it's driven at a side net. Any coach in the world will tell you, when you hit those side nets, there's a very much less chance for a goalkeeper to have any touch on the ball.
Inukai berated by his keeper. Here is Inukai on the ball. Onto Machida. Leo Silva. Who'd rescued his side from an earlier bad moment. Inukai is caught there by Shafiq, and Shafiq will get a telling off here. Iraqi match official Mohamed Kassim nothing more than a telling off as Shafiq is on the floor. Referee's playing on. Shafiq was wanting the game to be stopped. Now he's going to have to get up and play once again. Well done, ref. Mistake from Machida. Another change being prepared by Kashima. They've got a job to do in this remaining, 16.5 minutes. Takeshi Kanamori preparing to come on. We hear it's going to be Endo who's going to be sacrificed, the captain. Corbinong, Cabrera needs to be careful. Maurizio. Well, for the first time, Johor have got the lead in an AFC Champions League match. Do they have the wherewithal and the nous to hold on to it? Here is the change. It's going to be Endo who comes off. And another attack-minded player in Takeshi Tanamori.
Substitution for kashima antlers, playing number 25 in the middle.
Cheetah's header, Harris. Wonderfully done. Confident enough to take on Shomadoi. Safawi. Shafiq. The overlap. Afiq Fazail. Kunalan. Cabrera! Would have been something special.
Well, that's just quality here. Upping the tempo, upping the pace, and creating that little space by Ash Kunalan. Having the little skill to create that space, bit of deflection, and then by all means Gonzalo Cabrera was going to take that first time. Did not get the touch he wanted, went wide. That's easily a warning again for Kashima. They're going to go out attack. JDT not sitting back, not trying to defend that. Only increase if they've got a chance to go forward and score a second goal.
Corbinong has got a pacier Kanamori to deal with. Serginho, more urgency from Kashima. The clock is ticking, 14 minutes to play. Kanamori. Corbinong alert, strong in the tackle, concedes the corner. And that means Machida and Inukai can come up. Serginho's in the penalty area already. Izan gets a glove to it, and Nazmi volleys it clear. It's a good punch away by Izam Tomizi. Under pressure as he was from Machida. Kukianzai. On to Machida, gives it away. Afiq Fazail looks to his right. Safawi onto his left foot. Safawi! So close.
Well, again, Joe working really hard to force his error. And Afiq played it really early, really well. Safawi just making sure what he does consistently this time. Did choose the right option, did not get the bend or the accuracy he wanted, always rising. But that's where his strength lies, and completely agree with him on him trying to cut on the inside.
Quickly taken, Kanamori. Oh, Corbinong does superbly well. Just a little bit of turning off. Watch the ball, everybody. Watch the ball at all times. Nagaki with the corner. Kashima really pressing. They're worried. Nagaki's ball. Defender by Harris. Another corner coming in. The pressure is building from the visitors. This will be their 6th corner. Oh, and it's touched just wide. Oh, a whisker away from a touch. Kanamori was there. Have a look at this when the header comes in. Comes off Adam Norazlin and just unable to stretch.
Yeah, but Kanamori, if you look at it, he anticipate if there anything was coming that far post area, he was going to attack it. And the ball was just too far away from him. He stretched as possible. He's already got a goal this season against Gyeongnam when they beat Gyeongnam 3-2. Kanamori, as you say, it speeds the... And it's the first time Johor has taken a lead. It's a different situation for them in their Champions League campaign. Can they manage a top side as Kashima for the balance of the match, which is quite a long time?
Shafiq Ahmad has been suffering from cramp for a good 5 minutes now. He's coming off. I'm assuming there will be a change coming up. Benjamin Mora talking to Hazwan. Here's the earlier effort from Safawi that we had to break off. We've seen him doing that so often. Oh, that's close.
Yeah, that's just about putting in on target and not. Done everything right, 90% of the job done. You need that little 10%, which is the ball going on target.
Hazwan Bakri on for Shafiq Ahmad. Well, Shafiq has made a name for himself. Hazwan has got to replicate the work of Shafiq Ahmad. Harris. Nazmi. Cabrera. Now, it is a really good ball, apart from the fact nobody's out there. Safawi's 5 yards from him. As Shafiq walks around, he's scored a goal at AFC Champions League level. He's an international goal scorer as well. Moves away from Kunalan. Maurizio belts it clear. Johor need to be brave at this stage, Stan. They can't just belt it clear. There's too long left on the clock.
Yeah, and I think what they should do is what they've been doing for the 75 minutes just prior to the goal. Keep possession, manage Kashima better when they do lose possession. On the transition, they've been really good. No reason to change, because most times when you see teams doing something well, and then when they take the lead, they try to be more defensive. They kind of invite and pressure. Most times at this level you concede.
Harris pulled back by Serginho. Shafiq getting high fives all around on the bench as he's made his long way home. But the job is not done for Johor. Has won the target into Nazmi. Nazmi fires Mansour. Protects the ball. Has one. And gives it away. Shomadoi. Ito. Leo Silva. White shirts fan left and right. Kanamori. Leo Silva. More urgency in his play, in his demeanour, but too much on the pass.
Well, again, Leo Silva was out of options. He had one option, which is in the form of Nagaki making that run on the right-hand side. His sides. Kanamori. This is a fantastic result. I know with 8 minutes on the clock plus extra time, this is a Malaysian league side leading against a top Japanese league side, Kashima Antlers.
Kazuma Yamaguchi about to come on. And it's Abe who makes way. The target for Johor will have been to win at least one game in the AFC Champions League, so target achieved, but achieving the target, or planning the target and achieving it, are two very, very different things. And there's still a lot of work to do here as Inukai comes through the back of Nazmi Fires. Adam Noraznin onto Corbinong. Again, Safawi the target against Anzai. Second ball picked up. Hazwan, Afiq, Safawi. Hazwan, Safawi. Harris needs to be careful, and is. Leo Silva closes down his Antarmizi. Corbinong will challenge and gets there first. Hazwan Bakri onside. Hazwan across the face of goal. Cabrera was perhaps a little bit late in arriving. Hazwan.
I just wonder if Hazwan could have left that for Nazmi Faiz Manso and then focus on where can he move in the box to provide that option for Nazmi. He's going to have a lot of space and time.
Corbinong, been outstanding, drives to the byline. Kanamori does well. And then leaves it for Lavert. Corbinong, who's got Nazmi as a target. Cabrera. Harris. Nazmi. Little dink looks for Safawi, who can still get there. Hazwan, Safawi stumbles at an inopportune moment, and then Hazwan blocks the kick, and Hazwan gets himself into trouble.
Well, I think it's a clean tackle there for Koki Anzai. He's blocked it. He's clearly blocked it. And no problem. Good decision from the referee. And you could see Safawi, when he was about to unleash the shot, lost his balance, and there you go. It was more Safawi kicking into the heels of Koki Anzai. Great amendment, great recovery to make sure that Safawi did not extend the lead.
The yellow card's for Hazwan Bakri because he stuck his leg out to prevent Kun Sunte putting in a quick clearance. That's what the consternation was about. So he's taken one for the team, but he so nearly gave an opportunity for Safawi. Confirmation that Hazwan has picked up the yellow, justifiably.
Yeah, the good play from Hazwan Bakri, because he had the composure to play in that little tight area to create that chance for Safawi. That's what you need to do when you come onto the game. Add value, add depth.
Yamaguchi. Oh, Maurizio puts that over his own crossbar.
Well, that's taking responsibility. Mauricio always loves centre backs to do so. I know at times it does end up in the wrong side of the net, but when you look at your goalkeeper, it's a bit late. He's not sure, because I'm not sure Izam would have got there earlier than Sho Ito. So Mauricio taking responsibility saves the day.
Is Antarmizi. Needs a little bit of treatment. So Hazwan getting a few handshakes there because he did stop a quick break out there. I know you like tactical fouls, I hate them, but that was a tactical foul that earned the yellow card and stopped a quick break from Kashima.
And I just think you've got to add up. You know, again, there's remaining minutes. There's time for Kashima to get the game. This 1-0 lead at the moment is done without Diogo Santo. It's massive in that perspective. It's taken a journey for Johor to get here. 5 years winning the league consecutively, now leading the league again. It's going to be a massive night. Kashima Antlers we're talking about here.
We're talking about Kashima Antlers, the team of Zico. The big boys coming to play at the Larkin. And at the moment, being beaten. Leo Silva. Harris. Great tackle on the edge of the penalty area. Buys the foul.
Well, he's going to be my man of the match. I think I did ask the question, can he get the better of Leo Silva and Hirato? He's been by far the best player on the pitch. Outstanding positioning inside areas, how he just gets out of these areas, how he links play, how he controls tempo. So key.
Afik Fazel plays it into Safawi again, who's enjoyed himself on that right-hand side. Shoma Dui not being able to get involved. Safawi just knocks it out of play. 89 minutes on the clock. I'm anxiously looking down to the fourth official to see how much time will be added on. At the moment, that's the match winner, Shafiq Ahmad. Adil alongside him. Mauricio's header. Yamaguchi beaten by Kunala. If Johor hold on, this is historic for Malaysian football. Kunalan dives in. The 90 minutes are up as Shomadoi. 4 minutes will be added. Yamaguchi is sandwiched between Kunalan and Haris Haran. Free kick.
4 minutes additional time. 4 minutes additional time.
Kanamori, Ito, Serginho, Inukai, Machida all up there. Mauricio's header to Leo Silva, just wide, but deflected for a corner.
Well, huge 4 minutes remaining. He was defended again well by Mauricio, who again has played impeccably well tonight.
Mauricio's header. The ball like a magnet to his head at the moment, but still, there is 3 minutes to play for Johor. Leo Silva again. Launches it long, launch it high. Mauricio's header. Yamaguchi, edge of the box. Still Yamaguchi, deflected. Cabrera knocks it out for a throw-in. He's got cramp. Leo Silva. Bodies are hurting for Johor. Can they hold on? Silva dinks it across. Helped back in, cleared by Nazmi Faiz Mansour. Players urging each other's on. A change is going to be made. Shamakuti, a physical presence on for Safawi Rashid. Safawi goes on his haunches. Referee's not going to fall for that. He's going to yellow card him.
Well, I think it's fantastic refereeing at Asian Champions League. It needs to go across all the continent, or at least at Southeast Asian level. We see it far too often in AFC Cup. We see it far too often in Malaysian League. You can win games by just being fair, let the game flow. He's put in a super performance. Safawi, very unlucky on a couple of occasions.
Shamakuti will come on and have a free kick to defend. He'll sprint into action. There will be time added on to the 4 minutes. Of that you can have no doubt. Yamaguchi, edge of the box. Anzai. Anzai helps it in. Oh, it breaks. And all wide from Ito. Izam Tomizi has somehow forced it wide. And Sho Ito unmarked in front of goal stand.
Yeah, I just think Ito had to bury this. He had all the time in the world. I don't think Izam had a touch. I think Sho Ito's just hit the outside of his laces. He knows it. Should be burying that, should be using his inside of his foot or pinking the ball, not using outside of his laces. What a chance to get on level terms.
Shafiq Ahmad's goal separates the sides. We are deep into injury time. Expect at least another 90 seconds as Kashima chase a place or chase a point. It means they'll need to get something against Shandong and hope Johor don't beat Gyeongnam. Ito runs all the way through to Izam. It's only a 5,000 crowd, but it sounds like 25,000 at the moment. 94 minutes click through. Hazwan Bakri will chase, and Hazwan Bakri will pull back on Inukai. Johor can ask for the whistle as much as they want. Their play acting will add at least 60 seconds on, I suspect. Cabrera will be pulled back. He'll get a yellow card. That'll add time on. Launched forward by Nagaki. For once, Maurizio can't get there. Nazmi playing it right back against Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi fires in. Yamaguchi to the byline. Shamakuti, half a clearance. Maurizio a complete clearance. Maurizio goes down. Final whistle goes. And Johor Darul Ta'zim have a fabulous scalp. They have beaten Kashima Antlers by a goal to nil. Shafiq Ahmad's brilliant individual goal, the match winner. And Johor and Malaysian football have arrived on the AFC Champions League scene.
Absolutely an historic win. The fact that the Malaysian League side has gone on to beat a top J-League side in Kashima Antlers. But what's bigger, Des, is they go into final day. Let not the celebration start, because they have a genuine chance here of qualifying to the knockout stage, even on their first participation.
Frustration for Kashima. They had the opportunities to at least pull this level. Big chance right at the end for Ito, but he couldn't take it. And it's finished as a victory for Johor Darul Ta'zim. The Ultras can celebrate. It's a Puasa gift to the football fans of Johor, and it keeps